Hey everyone, the Germaniac back again, bringing you another video. So today I'm going to do my first react video, reacting to Germany logs uptick in anti-Semitic crimes amid Gaza conflict. So let's go ahead and check it out.
Rise in anti-Semitic incidents since the October 7th terror attacks carried out by Hamas against Israel. Germany's Commissioner for Anti-Semitism presented what he called shocking figures in a new report.
Let's see how
Felix
shocking
Klein is the man leading the fight against anti-Semitism in Germany. And by his own account, he has his work cut out.
was doing a pretty bad job letting, if you want to lead the fight against anti-Semitism, maybe not letting in millions of pissed off Muslims who hate Israel. That's probably a good idea, first and foremost.
Since the October 7th Hamas terror attack, an alarming picture has emerged.
Looking more closely at the shocking numbers, more than 2,000 times within little more than 100 days, here in Germany, a Jew was attacked, threatened, insulted, frightened, or there was anti-Semitic hate speech.
Anti-Semitic hate speech? By the way, the definition of anti-Semitism is very, very large. It's very large, by the way. I might cover that later. But, I mean... Ugh. Let's listen to that part again.
Insulted, frightened, or there was anti-Semitic hate speech. I am appalled that these facts only rarely find their way into public debate and media reporting.
Rarely finds their way in public debate or media reporting. The entire country revolves around, like, basically sucking off and protecting Jews. And not only that, but, like, they're defending Israel at the International Court of Justice. They were the first ones to come and say, Israel's not committing a genocide. Only we know what genocide looks like. So, a buddy, that doesn't sound too accurate to me.
That's around the same number of incidents as for the whole of 2022.
And of course, there's an uptick of people coming out in waves and saying, hey, does kind of seem like a genocide's going on. You've got 26,000 killed and 12,000 of them being children, with over 133 UN workers being killed by Israel. That's not very accurate bombarding or very good warning beforehand either. So, at first I thought, well, maybe when it came to the bombardments, they just didn't want to leave the buildings. But if it's 133 UN workers also getting killed on top of that, largest UN death count in any conflict ever, inflicted by Israel, then that actually says something. That says something big in regards to how Israel is operating in the region.
Among them, a Molotov cocktail thrown at this synagogue in central Berlin. For many, a grim reminder of Germany's Nazi past. But Jewish leaders say much of the daily threat now...
Yeah, big reminder of its Nazi past. Yeah, it's brown people committing... It's Muslim... I'm not saying Muslims can't be German, but really, dude? It ain't Aryans committing these crimes right now, I can tell you that.
...is driven by opponents of Israel.
I mean, it's not Aryans the one committing this uptick in crimes.
These stories are reminiscent of those days, and we need empathy with those affected in order to stop this development. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, this is especially true of the threat of Islamist anti-Semitism in our society.
Yep, that's right.
But not...
Dude, look at this dude. Are we sure this guy isn't with the AFD?
only. Recent nationwide protests against the far-right alternative for Germany have drawn huge crowds, sparked by reports that AFD members discussed a plan to forcibly deport millions of people of foreign origin. The AFD...
You mean like the current government who are trying to get rid of millions of asylum seekers? You mean like that? They're going to say, someone might be like, no, of course not, because this is an ethnic replacement, but the AFD has never come out to say they promote ethnic replacement. I mean, what, am I going to come out here and say that like publicly and be like, well, the SPD are actually planning to, well, get rid of the ethnic German population because they're bringing in more people. Is that the same as? I mean, it's not in the policy. It's not. The AfD doesn't have a policy like this. So.
D flying high in the polls.
The AfD and others with their ethnically motivated expulsion plans cannot
It's not in the pod. They don't have any policy like that.
be an electable alternative for responsible
If they get a policy like that, then you can criticize it, but
citizens and Democrats. Their program is right-wing extremist, anti-democratic, and a threat to prosperity.
Officials are calling on the government to tighten criminal laws and increase funding for education. But above all,
increase funding for education? What? What are you talking about? That would probably cause more anti-Semitism. Yeah, so Hamas attacked and they killed 1,200 people. Then what happened? Then Israel killed 30,000 people, and 14,000 of them were children, and a lot of women too. If you combine the women and children, and it's actually majority, actually. Yeah, I'm thinking, well, how many Hamas members are there? 25,000? So how many have they killed? Oh, it's like, come on.
their message to Germans is not to forget.
Oh, Christ. Cringe.
European lawmakers in Brussels marked International Holocaust Remembrance Day with a formal address by Holocaust survivor Irene Shashat.
Yeah, basically all she says here is that, we need to remember about the Holocaust. Yeah, a lot of people actually do. That's why they're not standing with Israel, because some people are seeing it as a genocide. That's why, a lot of people aren't. And Israel has the right to defend itself. I think we can nearly all agree to that. But they have a special responsibility having such an advanced army, such advanced. Basically, I mean, compared to the people in Gaza, they're more technologically sophisticated in every single way. So they do have a special responsibility in regards to how they handle Gaza. And currently, people are not liking how they're doing it. So, I mean, I think what Netanyahu said is like, we're just going to take the strip. So what are we going to do with the people? Are you just going to replace them? Doesn't that fall under the definition of genocide? Very funny. Not really, but I guess it is funny in some sort of sick, demented way that Israel can basically just get away with this and say, hey, we got Holocausted once, and there's an uptick in anti-Semitism. No one's talking about it. Meanwhile, 20 seconds beforehand, Germany literally fucking jumped at the ICJ to tell them they're not committing a genocide. We know what a genocide looks like. How do you know that? How do you know they're not committing a genocide? There's no media coverage there because everyone's dead. And it wasn't Hamas who killed them. So it's just ridiculous. Honestly, truly disgusting how Germany presents itself. They just never learn, man. They're just so high on having to say sorry to Jews that they can't even look at this objectively. They just totally lame. Pathetic. But anyway, that's it for this one. I'll see you in the next. Like and follow. Do all that good stuff. Peace.